How's it going, guys? I'm here to review Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, 1988.
Now, Michael Myers has come home. He has returned for one more night of unholy terror.
So Halloween 4 goes back to its original roots, pretty much ignores Halloween 3, and it takes place 10 years after Halloween 2 left off, where Michael Myers was burned alive, and Dr. Loomis and Laurie Strode stopped him from good. So now Michael Myers is in a coma since that fire, and of course 10 years later, he awakens, and then once he awakens, he escapes from the Institute again. And this time, instead of going after Laurie, he goes after Laurie Strode's daughter, Jamie Lloyd. And Jamie's adopted with a new foster family, and Jamie's played by Danielle Harris. Danielle Harris, she's in other horror movies such as Hatchet, See No Evil 2. So she's a very talented actress, especially in the horror genre. And Donald Pleasence comes back in this movie. He reprises his role as Dr. Loomis, and he's out to get Michael Myers again and try to save Jamie Lloyd. So that's pretty much the plot of Halloween 4 in a nutshell. So yeah, after Halloween 3 didn't do so well in the box office because that's the movie where it didn't have Michael Myers and they were trying to do something different, it just failed miserably because a lot of people didn't want that. They wanted Michael Myers, so that's why this movie is properly titled The Return of Michael Myers. So they're giving fans what they want in this movie, and Michael Myers is back. So I actually enjoyed this sequel very much. This is one of the better sequels in this franchise. I love how the story goes. Donald Pleasence, Dr. Loomis returning, that's always a plus. The new characters are great, especially the main actress, the little girl, and Jamie Lloyd. She's one of the best characters in this franchise, hands down, next to Laurie Strode. So yeah, she's one of the coolest characters in this movie. You actually feel for her in this movie because you can tell like her back history, that her uncle was the mass murderer 10 years ago. Her uncle's considered the boogeyman, that it's taken a toll on her. And apparently Laurie Strode is dead in this movie because Laurie Strode died in a car crash. So every time she goes to school, she gets made fun of by other kids and then calls her uncle the boogeyman. So yeah, the whole Halloween lore pretty much scarred her. Yeah, I like the story in this movie. I like some of the new characters. There's even drama in this movie, which I actually like. Dr. Loomis, like I said, is good. Michael Myers kicks ass. The gore, dude, the deaths and the gore in this movie is pretty good. It's not like the goriest Halloween movie, don't get me wrong, but it still has some good gory moments, some creative kills. So yeah, the special effects is great in this movie. And Michael Myers' mask, even though everything else is good, I do not really like Michael Myers' mask in this movie. The mask is kind of cheap looking. It's definitely one of the weaker masks in this franchise. Definitely not as good as the first two movies' masks. Definitely not as good. There's really nothing bad I can say about this movie. I just like how this movie starts from beginning to finish. This movie does have one of the most like what the F endings of all time. Like one of the most like eerie twists. I don't want to spoil the ending, so you guys have to watch this movie for yourself, but this movie does have such a cliffhanger of an ending. It does have a unique twist, but that ending doesn't, let's just say the ending's like good, but it doesn't get mentioned again in the later Halloween sequels. But yes, the ending is it's pretty disturbing. And I love how after Halloween 2, when Loomis and Michael Myers was in that fire, they still add that little detail that Loomis got scarred with that little burning scars on his face, and Michael Myers has like little burning scars on his hands too. So it gives you little details where like it does mention like Halloween 2 stuff, not just the first movie, which is good. So yeah, so Danielle Harris, she played Jamie Lloyd perfectly in this movie. She sold the role for me. She's like one of the best characters, not in this movie, but she's one of the best characters, like I said, in this whole franchise. So yeah, like this movie just kicks ass. I love the sequel. Is it good as Halloween 2 and the original? Hell no, but it's still a worthy sequel to watch in my opinion. So I would give this movie a solid 8 out of 10. I actually enjoyed this movie. Is it better than Halloween 3? Halloween 3 and 4 kind of feel the same to me. Even though they're two different stories, I like them for two different reasons, but I like them both kind of equally but differently, if that makes sense, in their own little ways. But yeah, I give this movie an 8 out of 10. So that was my quick review of Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, 1988. Please leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Michael! He's here to kill that little girl and anybody who gets in his way.
Oh, God!
Who's gonna be next?
Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers.
Maybe nobody knows how to stop him.